everybody, I wanted to jump in today and show you a really cool feature that you can use inside of your KW Canva account for creating reels, shorts, or stories. So if you didn't know this already, we can actually do video inside of KW Canva. So I'm going to jump in and do that. If you don't know how to access your KW Canva account, make sure that you type in your URL in a brand new tab, canva.kw.com. It'll prompt you to log in with your command credentials and we'll get you into the environment. All right, so let's jump in. So I'm going to click on create up here in the top left. I'm going to come down here to video. And for today, what I want to do is I want to use the mobile video format. So I'm going to click on that and it's going to bring us up a blank design. It's going to give us some tips, but we really don't care about those at the moment. We're going to do this from blank. So the first thing I need to do is to grab some video. So if I come over here to elements, I can actually type in what I'm looking for. So I can I'm going to put in home for the search, and then I'm going to click on videos. So it's going to give me a whole bunch of videos here that I can grab. I want one that is at least 10 seconds in length. We'll be able to crop it down to that 10 seconds if it's a little over. But if you see some of these here that are only like 7, you want to pick something that's a little bit more than that. So I'm going to grab this one here. I'm going to click on it to bring it in. It's going to reformat it to that size. But if I want to change where the focus point is here on the video, if I double click on it, I can actually slide it around. So if I want that side of the video or that side, I'm going to focus on the front door there. And what I'm doing here with this video is I want to have a little informational series that I can put out there for either sellers or for buyers or maybe investors. As we build it, you'll kind of get the gist. Down here on the bottom is our little palette that we are working with for our video. You can see there's a little slide here that brings us to the different time points on the video. I'm going to bring this back here at the beginning. And you'll notice that since our video is more than 10 seconds, it overlaps. So we're going to shrink that down by grabbing it on the right-hand side and then sliding it down to the 10-second mark. Cool. We can let go. So now our video will only be 10 seconds. Now we're going to build in some elements here, and we might want some things that show immediately or consistently through the whole video. So we're going to want to make sure those are 10 seconds in length. But if we want something a little shorter, like a question, and then that goes away and our answer comes up, we're going to adjust those as well. And that's all done right down here. So let's grab a title for our little series here. So I'm going to click on text. I'm just going to add a text box. It's going to put one in. It's really micro-sized here. So I'm going to bring this up to probably about 50. Should be good for us. There we go. So it's 50, but it's kind of hard to see, right? I'm going to put a little bit further up here to the top. But I need to be able to see this a little bit more. So what I can do is I can go to Effects and then come over here and choose Background. And now I can make it whatever color I want. Now it's defaulted to yellow. That's probably not what I want here for this. I'm going to use something that's more like the KW palette here. So I'm going to do red for that. The text is a little difficult to read with the dark red, so I'm going to change the text color to white. So I'm just going to click up here at the little text color editor, select white, and then maybe bold this a little bit by clicking on bold. Cool. Now that's looking pretty good here. So what is this going to be? This is going to be my title. So for this particular one, I'm going to do its attention. This will be buyers. Okay. And then I want to make another one that is a question. So I'm literally just going to take this one here. I'm going to click on the duplicate button, which is this one right here. And then I can drag this down just a little bit more. And maybe I want this to be a slightly different color so it's a little bit more differentiated. So what I'm going to do here is click on Effects again and then change that red to, let's do black. Okay, so we can still see the white with the black background. Looks good. We just need to change our text here. So this is going to be the actual question that I'm going to put in as part of this. So it's going to be, should I wait until the rates drop? With a question mark. And if I want this to be maybe on 2 lines, I can just shrink this down a little bit. And then if I need to recenter it, I can come up here to position and then click on center. Just bring it right back. Cool. All right, now the next thing I'm going to put in is the answer. So we're going to duplicate this field here that we just used. So if I click on it, I can click on the the duplicate, excuse me, and then we're going to drag this down just a little bit. Now it's going to overlap a little bit here, but we're going to replace one with the other, so that's okay. So I'm going to double click here. Now I'm going to put in my answer. So this will be, let's see, we're not the one waiting by now while you have less competition. Cool. All right, now this is going to be exactly the same background that we had on the top one, so maybe we want to change that up a little bit. So I'm going to come back up here to effects, and this time I'm going to make this white. And then we just need to come up here to change the text to black. So I'm going to click on that, click on black. And we're good to go. Cool. All right, so now I have my three little elements here. I want to do a little bit of branding, and then we'll get into shuffling these around down here at the bottom. So I'm going to put in my logo, and I can just grab my logo and drag that over. It's pretty good. It's a dark background. I'm just going to shrink it down a little bit. Get a little branding. If I wanted to have something a little bit more dynamic there, I could go in and I could take, instead of your search here for video, we're just going to switch this to a shape. So I'm going to do square. And then I can see all, and I can grab one that doesn't have the rounded corners. So I'm going to grab that. And then we can drag this down. Now, you'll notice that as I'm dragging it down, it's going on top of my logo. This is because everything here is done in layers. So think of it as, building, a sandwich, right? So you can have your bun on the bottom, then, maybe you do a little bit of lettuce and then your meat. So that way the bread doesn't get soggy. Little side note for sandwich building. But for here, I just need to shuffle these around, and we can do those with the position key. So if I click up here to position, you'll notice that we have a area here that is to the back or to the front. Now, since mine is in the front, the only options I have are to the back, but I just want to bring it backwards one level as opposed to all the way. So I'm just going to click it once, and there it is. It's now behind my logo, and I can make this the right size. And maybe I want to change the color, so I can go up here to color, and probably going to do that in black. Cool. All right, so now I have all of my elements that are here. And what I need to do now is kind of reorganize these here at the bottom so that the video flows well, okay? So you will see that I have all of the different elements here, but some of them are on the other side of the little play bar. So I just need to bring them over to the other side. So the first one I'm going to do is that one at the top, which is the attention buyers. We're going to bring that all the way in. And then I need to make it all the way to 10 seconds. Okay. So that's good. So that'll play, that'll be up there the whole time. And I think we need to make this white though, don't we? Let's do this and do white. Cool. All right. And then we're going to work with our answer piece, right? I'm sorry, our question, right? So we're going to bring the should one over. We can just pick it, put it on another line. That's fine. And then this one is probably going to be, I'd say maybe 4 seconds, I think is good. So we can bring that back to 4. And then we can bring the answer right next to it and just make sure that that extends out to the full 10 seconds, which should be 6 if we're doing math. There we go. So now you'll notice if I move the little play bar back and forth, the elements will kind of come in and out. Now I have a little bit of a problem here with this. It looks like I changed all of the font colors to black, so I'm just going to change this one back to white. There we go. And as I move my little slide bar, you can see it now switches, right? So instead of it being just the question goes away and then the answer takes its place. So I like how that's flowing. So that works. Now we just need to move these other elements up into our little palette and make sure that they're 10 seconds. Or close to that. All right, and bring the other one in and bring this up as well. Cool. All right, so now we have our video that we can start here at the beginning. Looks like the logo isn't quite to the end. There we go. Okay, so now if I hit play, this is what our little reel will look like when it posts. So you have a little dynamic video going on in the background. We have our questions and answers coming up, and we have a nice quick 10-second reel. So we can download this by clicking on the share button, and you can just click on download and download your video. When you do that, it's going to download to your downloads folder or wherever you want onto your computer, and then you can post that to either Facebook, Instagram, maybe YouTube for shorts, whatever that works for you. So if you like this video, appreciate it. Please make sure you give us a thumbs up and definitely subscribe to any future videos. What I'm going to do next on the next video is I'm going to show you how to do 100 of these all at once. We're going to do a bulk create. It's the coolest thing you've ever seen. So stay tuned for that video and hope to see you soon. Thanks.